surprised a lot of times at what people put on the internet to try to sell a home.
That helps, Aaron?
Yes, it does. Thank you. Okay, all right. So, I'm ready to start. All right. Fantastic. Okay, so I've already prefaced everything I was going to say with this was a previous training. Photos sell your listing. Bottom line. Most of the time, we understand the importance of appearance because we take the time to put ourselves together, whether we're going on an interview or meeting with a client. We take the time to make sure our presentation is solid. Why? Because you get that 30 seconds to make an impression, right? You guys are all familiar with that little premise that in 30 seconds they're going to either choose to do business with you or not choose to do business with you. So, same is true when you're trying to sell homes. Nowadays, with the advent of internet marketing, it's a free medium. Everybody uses it because they don't want to be harassed. They don't want to be told, hey, you need to buy this home right now. If you don't buy it right now, then someone else is going to get it, and your family's going to lose out. They don't want the pressure. So, my emphasis is on how to take better photos. Because the thing I find the most hilarious is when...
It's like a fun bar slide, doesn't it?
I find the most hilarious that these agents will take the time to wash their car, get in their best outfit, and they'll show up to a listing appointment, they'll be articulate, they'll be put together, they get the deal, they run back to the office, they say, fantastic. And then they go and they take the most ridiculous looking, crappy photo of the house and expect it to sell in a week. So, we're going to retask a little bit here. What makes a good photo? Now, I have a little bit of background with this. My grandfather was a professional photographer for 50 years, and he did commercial photography and portraits. So a lot of what I've learned through either watching him practice or talking with him about my own photos. A little bit of an amateur photographer in high school, a little bit after college, and I still do it a little bit here and there, but for the most part, I'm not a photographer. But there are a few things I do understand. Composure and light. Photography is all about light. Without light, you can't get a good photo. Without light, you can't illuminate your point of interest. Light can make the difference between something that arrests all of your senses or makes you want to walk away. 9 times out of 10, it has to do with the light that was taken in. So, these are the kinds of things to think about while you're going through and taking your photo. Is first of all, how is the light in that area? If I'm going to take interior photos of a house, then I need to be thinking about, is there a window where I'm going to get natural light? Do I have overhead fluorescence? How am I going to present this in the best light? Don't take your pictures from a bad perspective. My grandfather has a saying. He says, if you can walk up to it and take a picture of it, it's not going to be a good picture. Generally speaking, that is pretty true because it's uninteresting. Anyone does it. You can walk up and you can say, oh, there's this quick, uninteresting. But when you get down on an angle, and you kind of, all of a sudden it becomes an interesting photo. So because what you're doing is you're trying to capture someone's attention and present them with an object that you're hoping that they make an offer on, you need to get them attached to it. You're going to do that by perspective. Remove objects with distract. For example, the classic one is you take a picture of the house, there are trash cans right in front of the house. They drove by, hung out the window, took the picture, said, great, I'm done, let's go upload it. Ridiculous. Take the time, stop your car. After all, they're going to pay you a lot of money to sell this home. The least you can do is get out of your car, move the trash cans, take a picture, and then put them back. Or maybe put them away if you're a really nice guy. So remove objects that distract your home. Take useful pictures. Don't take pictures of the side yard that looks horrible. Take pictures of the kitchen, or if there's a butler's area, or if there's an extra large pantry, a highlight. Take those pictures. And then take your pictures in the morning or late afternoon because that is the best light. Any photographer you talk to will tell you that they tend to take their photos between 5 in the morning to about 7:30 and then in the afternoon from about 4 o'clock on because the lighting is the best and you're able to control it a little better. Now, here's another couple of tips. Stage your shot. Take the time to put your photo together if that's possible. Now, if you're in a setting where there's a lot going on, you're not going to be able to, excuse me, sir, hold on. Can I get you to stand right here? And hey, you with the parrot, come over here. I need you in the, no. When you have control of the circumstances, do your best to stage the shot. So if you're going into a home and the kitchen's a mess, after all, they are paying you. Make the kitchen look a little more presentable before you snap that photo. Take pictures that show more than one feature of the home. And the reason why I chose this top photo right here is in that photo, it sells 3 features of the home without you even realizing that it's broken down to 3 features. First of all, it's showing you the home and how it looks. It's in great condition. It shows you an outdoor feature, this really beautiful teak patio which wraps around. And then what do we also say in real estate? It's all about location, location, location. Well, what is your view? Ocean view, right? In that one image, I just captured 3 points that would make you want to buy that house. Or at least are going to stop you long enough to say, hey, what is this? Find natural borders. Now this is a little tricky, and I learned this from my grandfather. A lot of photographers, what they will do is they will use either light or other subject matter to kind of frame the shot without having to crop. For example, in this photo right here, your eye's attracted to light, correct? Right?
Right.
Right, we learned that so far. Okay, our eye's attracted to light. So what this photographer did is they used the darkness of the shrub, the darkness of the garage door and the roof, and they used the light of the sky to frame the house. Now, you and I, unless we're photographers, we look at, that's a great picture. We don't really know why, though. Well, now you do. You know now more than 90% of people out there. And then, once again, use light. And for my last example of why these are important, this shot of this kitchen, they actually used a flash and an umbrella to bounce the light around the room. But one thing they did, which I really loved, is they turned on the lights, the overhead lights. Because what happens when you take a photo of a kitchen and you have recessed lighting, what do you get? Deep, dark shadows in the ceiling. And your eye will be naturally drawn to imperfection. So the fact those lights aren't on and they took this picture, your eye would have been attracted to those can lights, and that's all you would have seen or remembered in the photo. So, here's some easy steps to taking better photos. Take more than what you're going to need. You can always crop it down, but you can't replace what you didn't take a picture of. So I took this picture in Washington, D.C. from about a mile away from the Capitol building. This was from the top of the NAR building. So I took the shot. I said, great, I don't need the other building here. I don't need any of this. So the first thing I do is I crop it. And I say, what do I want my viewer to focus on? I want them to focus on the Capitol dome and the building below. I don't want the distractions. So I kind of get into where I feel artistically it looks good. And I frame it in. Now, this is the easiest thing today with technology. If you have Photoshop, if you have any photo editor, even on your phone you can do this. They have these auto-enhance features now called auto tone, auto contrast, auto color. These will automatically make your photos better. Use them. A lot of them are free. They will do things that used to take hours in a lab to do, and it's phenomenal results. Another great one is HDR toning. That gives you that real crisp, clear, vibrant picture that people just drool over. And here's some great photo programs if you're in need of one. Photoshop, Photoshop Express, and I'm done.
This was a great opportunity for me to get to watch and learn from Aaron's speech. Some of the things that I liked about it, one of the things is that he's extremely comfortable when he's up there. I didn't get any sense of nervousness. This was his second speech. He actually did, I think it's speech number 8, visual aid speech. So it was quite kind of a big undertaking for him. Some of the other things that I liked about his speech, his pace of speaking, you know, it's just perfect. A lot of times when you're nervous, you're up here and you're speaking way too fast and it's distracting. His pace of speech was right, his vocal variety was strong. He emphasized things in the proper ways. The visual aids that he used, I thought that they were very effective in getting the points that he wanted to get across to us. Some suggestions that I'd have for him. I thought maybe a pointer would work a little bit better than constantly getting up into the screen so much. Another positive was he stood to the right, I guess. So you read left to right, and I think that's what we're supposed to be doing. So great job remembering that aspect. The conclusion was a little weak. I don't know if you didn't practice and didn't realize the time and how long it would take to get through what you were working with. But you might want to practice a few more times just so you got your time thing down. Aaron left me with the impression that if I was wanting to sell a house, I would feel very confident he gets up there and he gives a very informative speech. He talks about light and perspective. You don't want to just do it quick. Taking the time really pays off in the end. And I just had full confidence that he knows what he's doing, and this would be a guy that I'd want to have sell my house. So you did a great job as far as that goes. And we have another realtor, or at least one other realtor. So
I appreciate it. No, it's good. Good tips.